Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Friday weekly recap where we go over some past plays that you could or you might have missed in the past week. All right. I already sent out the link to everybody, so we can just jump right into everything. Of course, if you have any comments, questions, concerns about any pair that you might have missed or you actually got into and you just, you want to know if you did it right or not, just comment down in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, let's get started. EURUSD for the first one. One second. One second, guys. All right, cool. Get it started. Let's get it started. All right, EURUSD for the first one. Let me just look back at my calendar for the first day of the week. Right at that. But yeah, this week was pretty chill. Nothing too crazy. The 28th was the first trading week, Sunday. How about an hour? So as you guys all know, of all experience, you guys, did come off of a bearish week of mostly all pairs. Containing JPY and USD in the back end. So, obviously you gotta have a little bit of more confirmation to actually get into this trades. All right. But yeah, Monday and Tuesday, bearish as well. But yeah, we're starting off 28th. As you can see, the market did open at a resistance point. Obviously, not even obviously, but if you guys didn't know, I'll keep reiterating this every live. When the market opens on Sunday and it's at a resistance, lower low, lower high, and it opens up at a resistance, 9 times out of 10 is going to keep falling down from that resistance point. All right, it's just going to pick up right back where it left off, even more powerful since everybody's getting back into the market, and then everybody sees that and everybody wants you to just get into the trade for sells because it is at a resistance and the market just opened. All right, so that's a good way to get into the market at a Sunday market open, or if you did see this on Friday, you already had this as a Friday front run for the week coming up, actually. All right, so if you didn't do that, all good. Now, and then you can probably do it again and again and again and again because it happens often. So, but anyways, so bearish sells. I'll go over sells first. I'm not really a seller, but if you guys are sellers out there, I'm gonna help you watch with some price action going for sells. If this loads. All right, cool. All right. So the reason I have these three rectangular boxes is because there are three, possibilities you guys could have got into for trades for sells. These were also my buying options as well, but it didn't really work out too well, as you can see. I didn't really, trust it anyway. But as you guys for sellers, you guys want to always sell lower highs at resistance. So even though these are support lines for me, these are all resistance points for you guys as well. All right. These are probably challenges for you going back down if you did enter on this double top right here. These are obviously challenges for you going back down, so still mark them up as usual. But if you did miss this entry right here, which is pretty standard, double top at the resistance of the major level, pretty easy entry. But if you guys missed that entry for some reason and you wanted to still get into this trade, you would have seen these particular areas and you would have had something like this. But as you can see, it's pretty tricky getting to these trades if you did miss this key trade right here. But yeah, you expected this to actually come down and touch here. It did react a little bit over here to this area and then come up for a resistance. Obviously, it didn't, do any type of resistance. So you guys you guys did not get into that trade. All right. So you just wait for the next opportunity. It came down again, as you can see, marked up, it hit off this markup right here. So you did want to expect a lower high over here as well. Did not happen again. All right. It kind of intertwined with it. And then now it just finally broke through to this support zone right here, and it came down to this support zone right here. A lot of wick action, as you can see from this markup right here, a lot of wicks. So this is a strong support zone. So as you can see, lower low, lower high. So like EURUSD was kind of really iffy in the beginning of the week, so it was kind of hard to get into any type of trade. All right, so don't beat yourself up if you didn't really get into a good trade for sells or buys. But this is like the only good opportunity for you to get into this trade because you're just like tracking your trade going back down. I really wouldn't recommend even getting into this trade right here because you're kind of playing in between the major level and the mid level, which is not pretty. It's not really ideal. Your stop loss is going to be messed up, and your TV is going to be the same, but your risk reward ratio is going to be pretty off. All right, so you just got to be mindful of that. But in a perfect world, this is what you wanted: lower low, lower high, lower low again, lower high, and then continue that going back down. In a perfect world, but obviously it doesn't happen often. But that's always a plan, all right. But yeah, it did intertwine. These major levels still in a good place for some type of reaction. Like right here would have been a nice sell right here, lower low, lower high, kind of consolidated under that resistance zone, and then it just pushed right back through. You got another entry right here, lower low, lower high, boom, wick at 5 o'clock, and then continue that drawing down. So this is where I come in for buys now. All right, you guys had your little fun Monday, Tuesday, or whatever, maybe a little bit of Wednesday, but this is where buys actually stepped into the trade, and to actually try to challenge you guys. All right, another sell right here as well. So you see how important these lines are. I marked this up. No, I did mark it from here. And then I had a little base right here. So as you can see, it did play a factor. Later on in trading time, trading week. But this line right here, I started over here, drew it all the way across because I knew it was going to be some sort of support, or since it's going to be some type of importance. So I just drew it all the way across, and as you can see, wick, whole bunch of wick support, like a major support right here. So whoa, where's my box? Where's my box? One second, I'm gonna just refresh this page real quick. All right, cool. We're back at it. All right. Anyways, cool. This is where buys actually stepped into the trade. So me knowing like I did have a lot of challenges going back up, I didn't really force it with the lot size. I did like a plain 0.05, which I'm probably gonna do with every pair from now on, just to lower my risk and everything. But I did know I had a lot of challenges going back up because number one, EUR was pretty fairly weak. It was really up to USD to be weaker than EUR, but at the same time, I did want EUR to have some strength, obviously, for my buys. But it was really mainly on USD being very weak, and it started to do that towards end of Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Well, not even today because it's Good Friday, nothing really much happened. But Wednesday and Thursday definitely had an impact of USD weakness to all the other pairs. All right. So with that being said, these were protecting my buy zones. So there was one right here and then one right here. So I wanted to, even though it didn't touch this major level right here, I still could have gotten into trades right here going back up. All right. So as you can see, wanted this one right here. It created a lower high. I was kind of iffy about it, but it did, hold at this point right here. And then this mid-level played a big part in the challenge. Like this is the first major challenge. I did not want to break this, not whatsoever, for a long period of time. When I did enter here, I had my stop loss all the way below here, so I never got knocked out. So I had 15 pips stop loss, which is really good. And it's EUR USD, so it's not really much pips, in the spaces. So it's not even GBP USD, where if it was GBP USD, it would have been like 30 pips down, which is not really ideal. So 15 pips is all right, cool. 0.05, that's like what, $7, $8. So I wasn't really stressing it. And then obviously I had it for a long-term play. So entered right here. I kind of wanted another entry at this mid-level, hoping it broke. It did double top right here, came back down, whole lot of wig action. So if you guys want to get into this trade again, if it was just one touch, it would not be ideal. But this is like consolidating right here, and is at the great time. It's a good time as well to actually get into this trade. So if you guys weren't in this trade right here, you could have took your shot right here, put your stop loss all the way below here, and then actually it came all the way down to this resistance right here. I mean, just this support right here. And you had a nice shot, not even a buy, but you had, your trade saved because you don't want to buy a lower low. Like we don't buy lower lows. So this is like an exception because it was consolidating very much on the support line. But if it came down again, like one more level, this is considered a drop. Lower low, lower high, lower low. But this support line just saved us from, punishment right here. So we were still chilling. If you guys dismiss all these trades, you would have gotten to this one right here, higher low. This would have been a kind of difficult trade because of the candle. But you know, that was the only entry you guys could have had. All right. So high, low right there. I didn't enter this one because I was already in this trade right here. Had to wait a long time for it to actually break through. So now it did break through. If you guys, you know, looking for that mid-level entry, it was kind of hard as well because it kind of intertwined with it. But these were the three challenges that, you know, we had to face going back up. We had four actually, just 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 3 going back up. The first one broke with ease. The second one kind of intertwined with everything. The third one, like the last resort, kind of messed us up. But I wasn't really, you know, stressing it because I knew it was Good Friday coming up, and I knew, you know, the trade wasn't really gonna go all the way up. So I kind of put my things at break even, and then when I saw the 5-8 cross going back down, I was like, you know what, let me just take my profit, reset for the week, and then, you know, enter back in when the week, you know, starts again. Not even Sunday, but on Monday. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much it for EUR USD. If anybody want any questions, I'm gonna move on to the next pair. But my plan was actually like it took so much to break through this mid level, like it wasted so much time. But my plan was actually to break through, you know, all this nonsense, get in another entry at 1800 and continue going back up. But hopefully that's next week's plan. You know, bringing in April NFP week, we should have some, you know, a lot of movement coming out of Easter. All right. But on to the next one, GBP JPY. So GBP JPY, the 28th. So GBP JPY is still pretty bullish, even though it came off a bearish price action. In the beginning of the week, it's still, you know, overall bullish. All right. So I had this line right here just for the last lower low, just to see, you know, how it react to it. But yeah, anyways, it broke through, came down for lower lows, lower highs, and then all of a sudden it just, you know, shot up at 3 o'clock London session. All right. So it's kind of hard to get into this entry right here. At this point, it was just too elevated. So, you know, sooner or later it was going to come back down. So came up, right? This entry was kind of iffy for me because this is a drop, not even a dip. So it went up and then it came down, lower low, lower high, lower low. I don't buy lower lows, I buy higher lows. So I would have to wait for the mid level to actually take place. And I actually took my shot aggressively on the mid level. And then I got some pips and I got knocked out, unfortunately. And I took a shot again on the mid level, and this one actually kind of worked out for me. Well, it did actually. It worked out beautifully. So this was one of the entries you guys could have got into. I should have marked this up too, but I didn't really do it. But this is another entry you guys could have got into. And then another entry you would have been eyeing is at 152, 500. Or no, not even 152. 152 flat level for another entry. If you guys like were kind of aggressive on this like I was, I still entered over here because I did see some type of wick action right here. Even though it didn't come back down and retest the major level, I still seen it come above and wick a lot. And me knowing GBP, JPY be flying, I just, you know, took my shot and, you know, hope for the best basically. I still have my stop loss under like 15 pips still, so it was still a clean entry. Even I should have did it under here just to be safe, but 15 pips is fine. Like it was like 5 pips away, so it was clean. And then another entry would have been somewhere around here. So it was kind of tricky to get in the entry right here because you see all this resistance right here, resistance. So it's a really, you know, key battle between sellers and buyers. Sellers and buyers in this area right here. So it's kind of really hard to get into this trade. It was like the only, you know, true high, low, but it was kind of intertwining. So it wasn't really looking good anyway. So if you guys wanted to be safe with this trade, you would wait for the high, low on top of the you know, little reversal right here, which is the resistance, and then continue it going back up. If you guys still felt like, you know, this mid level was gonna, you know, be a factor in the big push up, then you took your shot again. All right. Me personally, I just missed out on this trade. I didn't really want to, you know, risk my money in this nonsense, so I just waited for the high, low on top of this. And I wanted to get in. I didn't get into this right here. I waited for the 153 to actually break. It did break. I took my shot right here before, you know, all this nonsense not even doing nothing happened. It went up for a little bit and then it came down. I got stopped out, and then now it's Friday, so it's not really doing nothing much, as you know, as I said on my recent post in the chat. But yeah, that GBP JPY didn't really do much. Anybody have any questions so far? All right, I'm gonna move on to GU. richer than I've ever been. Can load? What's up? What's up? Come on, load. Come on, bro. I'm richer than I've ever been. All right, cool. So GBP USD, see a whole lot of nothing. We love to see it. Love to see it. That's why I took my profit and just dips. I really didn't want to take my profit though. I want to hold it, but Good Friday, Easter just messed up the trading week. We was doing so well, but it's all good. It's all good. All right, GBP USD. If this stops, doing what it's doing. So GBP USD. All right, so GBP USD was pretty wild in the beginning. So as you can see, bro, came off a bearish week, bearish price action. Came around here, it just shot up for some reason. I don't even know. I don't remember. But if you guys wanted a high low situation right here, it was kind of hard because it didn't even touch the major level. But luckily it did come up here, did a little head and shoulders and just dropped back down. If you guys were a seller, you would have saw this lower low, lower high, sold it right there. This was another, not even another entry, but you wanted another entry under the mid level. Came up for support right here. This is not where buyers buy. We don't buy lower lows, we buy higher lows. So we actually wanted a double bottom of some sort. So it came up for a lower high, came down, came up again, lower high, boom, you would have sold right there again. It's kind of iffy because there was no wicks, but on a high time frame, I'm sure there was a big wick on the hourly. Came down again. As you can see, I drew the last lower low just to signify, another sell price or potential, support zone. So it came down right here, came up, lower high, came down again, wicked off the lower high, but kind of swerved back up to the mid level. This was another entry for you guys if you guys wanted it. Boom, came back down. But at this point, it made a higher high. I mean, a higher low, sorry. It made a higher low, but not a buying higher low because it's on top of support. So this is like the start of, a good thing for a buyer. So as you can see, higher high, higher low. That's kind of the one in the entry right here. Didn't quite touch it. So it kept going up, came down again. That's my shot right here. Let me just drag this a little bit across. Took my shot right here. Came up again. This resistance was a key resistance. 3800 was a key resistance. Came back down, up again, double topped. I thought it was going to keep going all the way down. I kind of got out and I got into another entry right here. But it was a lot of resistance, a lot of support right here. So I kind of was hoping it kept going back up, higher low on top of the major level, and it continued going up, but it kind of slowed back down, mainly because USD was a little strong to start off the week anyway. And then now we're getting towards the end of the week. We had a higher high on this resistance right here. Where did I draw that from? I draw it from over here. So as you can see, like this was from March 22nd. So all the way from March 22nd, it still had a factor in this pair right here for, a good resistance zone. A lot of support turned into, some type of resistance. As you can see, it's playing off right here right now. But yeah, so high, low on top of the EMAs, came up again. I mean, it rejected this little resistance right here, came up again. And then it got stuck at this buy zone right here that I had. I wanted a higher low situation for another buy, but Friday took over, and then now just sloping back down to here. So it's probably going to be a nice, buying option for not even Sunday. I keep saying Sunday. Wow, I hate wasted days. But on Monday morning, when everything starts to open back up from Easter, we should get a nice buy right here around the buy zone of the major level 3800. And then continue that John going back up, continue with the plan we had, or at least I had. And then we should be fine. We should be fine for the week going. We should be fine for the week coming up, actually. And then CAD JPY. Why is NZD JPY right there? All right, so CAD JPY, right? CAD JPY is a little walky, right? So it's kind of hard. It's not even hard to trade. Just like price action is kind of really something else. It's just something different. But it's still pretty tradable. Like if you see something obvious, just take the shot. But they'll try to force it every time. All right. That being said, we had this 87.00 level marked up. And I wanted it to actually hold. So right here, I took my shot, came up again, made a lower high, 5 and 8 cross, I got out, I bailed out, and a good thing I did because I would have lost bread. So good thing I got out. And then it came up again for a high, 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 low. This is the thing I like right here. I drew a little box right around it just to invite a little resistance it had. Came down for a higher low. Came up again, broke that resistance. Like anything else, you want to break resistance, make another high, high, higher low right here. If you miss this entry right here, boom, there's another entry right there. Give you a second chance. So came up again, made a little high highs, higher lows. As you can see, this resistance from the left also was a resistance right here. So made a higher high, higher low, which is good. Came up, broke through that with force. This is exactly what you guys want every time when you see, major resistance. You guys want a big candle going up and then a come down for a higher low retest and they continue it up. Right here, we kind of got stalled out, drew a little rectangular box around it. I kind of bailed out on here again. I wish I didn't because it kept going up at that point. So there was like no clear entries to get back in. This was a clear entry, but at the same time it was too high and it was already targeting 8-8, so it was slow. So, mental, not even a mental area, just my plan. Like every time the 5-8 cross like this and I see gigantic candles going back down, I'm just gonna bail out and then try to get a re-entry. But I might switch my little plan around over the weekend. I'll see how I think about it. But even though, nonetheless, like you still draw a little rectangular box around this resistance right here, came down. As you can see, this is another area you can have a buy at if you guys do wish to take that shot. And then it just kept trickling up. So this is why I say like CAD-JPY is not really, it's kind of iffy on price action because it just does a lot. And it just does a lot. So, enter the trade, don't even play with it. Like don't try to get into a lot of trades with CAD-JPY because it will mess you up. Like if you see something obvious, take that shot. If not, don't force it. You have other pairs like EU is simpler. GBP, JPY, it's all right. GU is simpler. NZD JPY is simpler for me. So you have other options. Don't try to, force it on one trade, on one pair. But yeah, like I was saying, now it just kept like, going back and forth between this little area right here. And, Friday came, nothing really happened. So, something not really much going on with CAD-JPY right now, but it had a great push up from the 8,700 level, went a full 100 pips. And then, now we're just sitting on top of 8-8. So we'll see what the market gives us on Monday morning. And then we probably get into a nice buy to start off the week. And then now on to NZD-JPY. As you can see, NZD-JPY is pretty easy to trade. So right here, 28th, 28th is all the way down here. All right, cool. So came off a bearish week as well. Lower high, lower high. Little resistance, right? Little support right here. So I just drew it out just in case it came back for a double bottom. Obviously it didn't. High, low on top of the mid level. On the hour, it should have a nice wick. So if you guys wanted to take that shot, you would have. And then I have this resistance right here, also turns to support. As you can see, like every time, it makes a double top, significant drop, I would draw a little rectangular box, last high or low, the last lower high, anything like that. I would draw a rectangular box just to show the area of importance. So came up again, higher high, higher low, came up again. Now I expected a higher low around this area right here, so it went up too far. Like that's not the type of thing I like. Like I'm already in the trade, but at the same time, I want another entry right here. And just to make sure my trade is going, correctly. I don't want, a straight shot like going up because all I know is going to come back down eventually. So it came over here, came down. This is not where you ideally want to buy. I mean, you can because there's a lot of resistance at this. I mean, there's a lot of support at this point, but this is like a kind of a drop. So it came away from this little support right here, came down, came up again, lower high. There's a low right here, so lower high, and then made another low. Lower high, sellers would have actually took their shot right here. Unfortunately, they would have lost because buyers took over. But this is the type of thing you want to get into. Like right here is cool. High, low, boom, came up. All right, now at the mid level. So at the mid level, we failed to actually come down for a nice retest. Came up to this resistance right here. I just drew it from this, and it just came smashing down. Have some support right here. Yeah, it just kept going back and forth. But right here, lower high, low. You guys would have probably looked for a sell under this major level, but it came out again, high. Not even, yeah, it broke resistance. So breaker structure right here, high or low right there. Took my shot right there at 3 o'clock market open. This is like the best entry you could get. 3 o'clock market open on top of a major level. Higher, low. What? nice quick. What? I'm taking that every time. High, low, right on this little resistance zone right here. Broke through, high, low, right there. Came up, came down again for a retest of the mid level, which is what I wanted from over here. But it did it nicely right here. Another one right here. And then if Good Friday wasn't, a thing right now, we would have been, probably at 7, 8 right now, going into like 7, 8, 5 for the next week coming up. So, it's all good. It'll probably just reset probably right here, if not all the way down here, and then continue it going back up. So we'll see. I'll, do my research. I'll do some back tests and do whatever I need to do. And I'll give you guys some information on Sunday for my pre-market setup. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. I didn't really, it wasn't really much for the week. It's just all good to set up the month of April. So I'm pretty excited about that. A lot of tips coming my way. Actually our way. If you guys do the same job I'm doing, do your job. Whether you're a seller or buyer, just sell your lower highs on under resistance, and then buy your higher lows on top of support, and you should be straight. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I hope this has helped you, plan out your trades for the next week coming up. Hope you learn from your mistakes from the last week that just passed. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, DM me, message me in the app, do whatever you need to do to get a hold of me, and I'll answer you guys right away. With that being said, I'm gonna hop off this, guys. See you on Sunday for our pre-market setup, and then yeah, study up this weekend, all that. Have a good study session, and yeah.